communication skills matter as much as technical skills for engineers. And I wouldn't even say engineers in my view. It's just like communication skills are like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so important for so many things. A lot of engineers struggle with communication, and even some that would just prefer not to do it. They're just like, I don't want to have to publicly speak. I don't want to have to present.
I think a lot of it comes down to the individual. We've had people on the team in the past who are not great communicators, and we've worked with them, spent a lot of time trying to help them. And some of them, for whatever reason, they just don't really improve, and they're no longer at Pipeline. So I think there's only so much that you can train into a person, but there is some that you can train into a person. I remember I mentioned our weekly team meeting.
Yeah.
One of the presentations that we do regularly, and these are short presentations, 5 minutes, maybe 10, is a skills presentation. And so oftentimes I'll talk about communication or soft skills, because I feel like that's where I'm best. And one of the things I've done for, I guess you could call it informal training, is I'm often copied on emails that our engineers send to vendors. And I'll usually read through them briefly. And there have been several instances where I noticed words that the engineer used weren't very specific or clear. For example, an engineer sent a vendor an email and just said, "Hey, what's going on with our parts?" Or like, what's the status of our parts? And I remember thinking, that's not really what we care about right now. I knew the situation in the background. What we really cared about was, when are they going to be delivered?
Yeah.
And I took that email, and there have been others like this, and I put it into a little PowerPoint, and I just talked to the team member first and say, "Hey, is it okay if I use this as like kind of an example of what not to do?"
Yeah.
And share it with the team, and if they agree to it, I was like, great. Then I'll share it with the team, and I'll just say, "Hey, what would be a better way to phrase this?" And we have some discussion in the team, and usually it comes down to just being very clear on like timing, as opposed to what's going on with our parts. Maybe a better way to say that was, hey, we're really hoping to get our parts by 3 p.m. Next Tuesday, the 16th. Are we on track for that? Things like that.